Fine. What else? Reminding people. What keyword you have? How are you? Nothing? Huh? Okay. Good? Fine? Okay. And then? Better. My God. Then?
Awesome.
Awesome. Then? That's all? I would say, how are you? I'm happy. My answer will be, I'm happy. Because I feel we have all come to this world to be happy. That is the ultimate purpose of life. You may have small inconveniences in your life, professionally, personally, but that should not hinder your happiness. We do not know how many nanoseconds we are going to live. I am not even telling you in days and years. How many nanoseconds we are going to live? Only the Almighty knows. So all these things we are doing to have a comfortable life. Even otherwise we can live. Even if you don't have food, even if you don't have shelter, if you don't have much of facilities like car, bungalow, all those things also, there are people who are living. Survival is not a problem. But for survival, we keep running around without any purpose of life, keeping in mind, I need money. I just need money. If I have money, I can buy this. If I buy this, I will be happy. If you put a condition that only if I have this, I will be happy, you can never be happy. Keep that in mind. Whatever you have, situations in life are like passing clouds. Whatever you had 10 days before, today you may feel it as a foolish thing for worrying that long. It has gone. You could have spent better. You could have spent that moment better. You cannot get back that moment. So keep in mind, you all have come to this universe as a human being after so many births. It's not that easy to be born as a human being. Okay? So value it. Value it. If anybody asks you, how are you? Say, I am happy. Because you can say only if you feel. It should come from. Let anything come and go. I just don't care for that. If anybody say anything also, I will not bother. Because who are they? They are also one another human being like me. One another human being like me. Nobody is superior or inferior to you. All are equal. Let them pass their opinions. You have your own opinions. If you feel you are right, be proud, lift your head and live your life. Every second you should live your life. Not even a microsecond you should feel bad for that moment. You should not be sad for a single second also. Try to be happy. Ignore unwanted things in your life. Happiness is something which should be permanent in your life. You should be happy, 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 happy. Accept whatever you are getting and live with what you have. See what you can do with that. Because it has to come to you, it has come to you. Nobody can change it. Certain things which you cannot change, no use in worrying about it. By worrying about it, you are losing the time in which you could have been happy. You could have enjoyed what you have. I have curd rice. I may not like that. If I start thinking I don't have biryani, I will not even enjoy the curd rice. Right? I have got only this. Let me enjoy what I have got. Maybe my name is written in that. I have to take in that moment. Okay. Let me introduce myself. You all, many of you might might be knowing, I am Professor Dr.Ushaa. I'm an engineer and the principal of Mahalakshmi Tech Campus. I have over 36 years of experience. One or two things to introduce myself, because initially I was a researcher. You all might be knowing about when you go to a shop, you buy a product, you have a barcode in that, and I was a hardware engineer in that barcode reader project in 1989. And I'm the one, I was a trainee, we designed it, R&D was done, and the entire PCB design was done by me, and the entire prototype production was done by me. So I feel very happy to tell you that even now that is in existence. Even now that barcode reader is in existence throughout the world. In whichever part of the world you want to buy a product, it's only barcode. So I feel very proud that without even knowing what I am doing, I did it. And that comes along with me as a pride to say that yes, I was there in my team. And my manager in 1989 is still in touch with me, and he admires my growth. So that is how, like, where you have learned, making that person feel proud of you is your success. So I feel he comes to me for counseling, he calls me, Usha, this is what is going on in my life, my work is like this unbalanced, you talk to me for 5 minutes, I feel better. So I feel really nice, because 1989, imagine how many years back, 30, 35 years back, I worked in a company as a hardware trainee, and my boss is still in touch and is admiring the way we are growing. So that may be because of learnings from him also. I have learned something from him which had made me to come to this extent. So this is to some extent my background related to technology. Other than that, I was also working for 8 years in industry and then shift to teaching, and I have held all positions in teaching. And now, I've been principal from 2011. I've been principal in engineering colleges, and last year in Mahalakshmi Tech Campus, it started here and I joined here. And I'm also a motivational speaker. You all might be knowing that is my passion. I love to do that, so I do that. So happiness, when I say why I'm happy, you should have one alignment to be happy. You may have n number of this alignment to be unhappy. One alignment to be happy is the inner, whatever says to me, what I want to do, what I want to feel, what I want to experience. If I can do the same thing in the external, then I am the happiest person. If I can align my inner and outer, then I am the happiest person. Inner means I wanted to teach, I wanted to talk, I wanted to solve problems, I wanted to counsel people. These are all the wish I have in me. And I am doing the same thing in my real life. That is why I said I am the happiest person. If you think something, what you want to do, and if you happen to do the same thing, then no other thing will come and disrupt your happiness. And if I am a person who wanted to be cordial with people, I wanted to be friendly with everyone, and if I am in a place where I have become a police person, and if I start beating everybody and punishing somebody, my conscience will not make me feel happy. So that misalignment should not happen in your life. What you think, you should be able to execute. So that you should know what will make you happy. What is that you wanted to do? So that is one thing which you need to analyze yourself and align your career based on that. Okay, so that is very important. So why I am here today? So we have something called as Institute Innovation Council, IIC. You can check it. It is in AICT has made all the institution to start this for a long time. And there are some activities. In that, one activity is I have to come to a school and talk about entrepreneurship. That is one activity which we are supposed to do. So I am here with you. So before talking about entrepreneurship, because in my age group, if I see my parents, all salaried people, and they were looking for government jobs because they will get pension, you will have fixed routine of life, you will not run short of money, nobody will throw you out in government job. So they want an assured job. That was olden days. But now as it goes, this 21st century is generally named for entrepreneurs. This is an entrepreneur year. If you start with 18th century, how do we earn money, revenue? How do we generate money? Revenue depends upon the century you are in. Because in that century, 18th century, we don't have IT, we don't have laptops, we don't have technology, we had only farming. So, major source of income was farming in 18th century. So that is called as an agricultural age. Then in 19th century, what happened? Some of them converted the manual work into mechanical work. They brought machines, engines. Okay, so they started factories. And people have started going and assembling, doing step-by-step work, process-oriented. Product will come, they'll pack. So that will be a routine work without using their brain. But in 18th century, that was the century where creativity started. You have seen a lot of temples, carvings, the sculptures, and if you go to palace and all, small intricate designs in the flower vase, and all the kingdom, how the kingdom will look, how beautifully they will decorate the kingdom with small creative things. So those things vanished when 19th century the machines came and when the factories came, people started thinking. They were doing mechanical work like machines. First step, second step, third step, fourth step. Daily they have to do that only. Follow the instruction. No time to think. Then in 20th century, what happened? Information technology came into existence. Computers came. So they started working in information technology age. So first is agricultural age, then machine age, and then information technology age. We are in 21st century. So when you pack your bags, when you are going for a holiday, how will you pack your bags? Depending upon where you are going. Suppose your parents are going to a temple trip. How your mother will pack, how your father will pack. Put all dhotis, patti saris, whatever is required to go to temple, they will pack their bags like that. If you are going for a holiday, you are going to Goa, you are going to a place where you have beaches. So how will be your packing? Based on, so you do some research, right? When you are going for a 10-day trip, you research. Where am I going? Do I have a Wi-Fi signal there? Will I be able to use my mobile or not? What is the rating? Will I get a veg food or non-veg food? If I am going by flight, if the flight gets cancelled, what is my next option? I can go by train, or if it is a bus. So you plan so much for your trip of 10 days. And your life is going to be, after this 20 years, maybe 60 plus years, you are going to be in your career. You should pack your bag accordingly, right? Where you are going, you cannot pack your bag like 18th century, right? You are going to 21st century. So you need to know what this age is. This is not agricultural age. This is not a machine age. This is not an information technology age. Then what? Unless you know that, you will not know how to earn money. This age is called as conceptual age. CONCEPTUA, conceptual age, means what? What do the age demands you from? This century asks you innovation, creativity, invention, pattern recognition. These are all the things that are required in this century. So if you are able to do that, only then you can serve. There is no concept of working under some company for months and getting a salary of monthly salary. That is not going to be there, which we call it as a gig economy. Gig economy is giving everything for contract. If I am taking the job of a school or a college, I will be given a contract. I wanted to complete the maths subject, then they will give me contract with this many days, you complete and I will give you this much money. There is no monthly salary attached to it. Or if they are giving me some data visualization, we had COVID. So every country wanted to know how many people are affected, how many people are recovered, and how many people died, and how many had vaccines. So these are all data. So if they feel I will do it in an innovative way, they will give me that part. Not everybody will get that. In the contract basis, only the skilled will get the job. Sitting at home, I can work for 10 companies. I can even work for 10 companies. So what is required now? Skilling is required. Uniqueness is required. Innovative ideas are required. Thinking is required. Critical thinking is required. Creative thinking is required. If you are just going to by heart the answers in your textbook and write the exam and get an A grade or a first class or a CBSE topper, nothing will happen. For minimal expectation, you may have to pass. But beyond that, that certificate will not be taken into account. Even in degrees, engineering, even if you are not doing a degree, you will get a job even with Elon Musk if you are capable of doing that job. How we check the drivers, car drivers, how do we check? We ask him to drive, see how he takes the reverse, how he is parking the car, how he is changing the gear, whether he is keeping the foot continuously on the clutch. Now automatic cars have come. So in the house they may have an automatic car and a manual car. So they will check whether he is able to drive both. So that is what we call it as a skill. If he is good enough to drive the car without causing a damage to the car as well as for the people inside the car.